Now on Sunrise, services on the chopping block. Why a program aimed at helping tenants with legal needs is now in jeopardy. Plus, a welcome sight for local business owners, what they're looking for with a crackdown on drug use across the city. Your news starts now. Good morning, and thanks for getting up with us on this Saturday morning. I'm Libby Dowsett. We will get to your headlines in just a minute, but first, let's check in with Celine Stevens with our Saturday forecast. Welcome.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, we're going to be looking at a really nice Saturday. I will say that temperatures are going to be nice and warm in the 70s. Right now, looking at our Chinook Winds Casino camera in Lincoln City, 43 degrees right now. Those winds nice and calm, but temperatures, like I said, are going to continue to heat up as we get throughout our Saturday. But right now, taking a look at those temperatures across the map, looks like it's 43 in Hillsborough. Looks like other places like Forest Grove seeing 46, 50 degrees in Portland. Along the coast, a lot cooler as always. Tillamook sitting at 39 and 43 degrees in Astoria. But as we get into our afternoon, those temperatures are only going to be going up. So it looks like by around 2 p.m. we're looking at hitting 71 in Portland, 77 in the Dalles. Timberline sitting in the upper 50s. Along the coast, we're looking at those upper 50s as well, 64 in Tillamook. So really nice Saturday. This trend continues into Sunday, but I will give you a sneak peek at what we're looking at come Memorial Day. We're going to be seeing temperatures, we're going to be seeing moisture, I should say, move into our area. We're going to be seeing some rain and some light showers, unfortunately, on Memorial Day. It'll be light, but it'll last throughout the day, clearing up by the time we get to around 5, 6 o'clock in the evening. But we'll break down the rest of your holiday weekend coming up in a bit. Libby?
Okay, Celine, thank you. We are tracking a developing story off the Washington coast. The U.S. Coast Guard is searching for a missing 15-year-old boy off Long Beach. He was swimming with 2 adults before sunset when they ran into some sort of trouble in the water. Authorities rescued both adults, but the teen has not been found. We are following this story and will bring you updates as they become available. A quick update to Oregon's special election. It appears a measure to make upgrades at Mount Hood Community College is expected to pass. On your screen right now are the latest numbers for the bond measure. It is a close one. The yeses have it by about 131 votes. The Oregonian reports that number is outside the 0.2% margin that triggers an automatic recount. Ballots are still being received and counted. We will keep an eye out for the final numbers. A reminder, you can check for real-time updates anytime you want on KGW.com or our KGW TV mobile app. A tough time for councils and commissions across the Portland metro area as they work on their budgets for the upcoming fiscal year. Leaders in Multnomah County have proposed various cuts to fill a $77 million shortfall. Alma McCarty takes a closer look at one of the programs on the chopping block.
We need to keep the people that are in housing housed.
When facing eviction, Cameron Graham found many people didn't know what to do or just couldn't get the help.
It was upward of 85% of them weren't able to get an attorney or get any sort of legal advice before court. There just simply aren't enough resources for everybody.
So in response, the Commons Law Center started a mobile legal clinic, the Tenant Eviction Defense Program, working with tenants right outside the courthouse as they wait for their first appearance.
So anything from payment plans to setting trials, stipulated agreements, whatever the client wants. But our main focus is on helping people avoid eviction or facing future eviction.
The program, funded by Multnomah County, is on track to prevent just over 1,400 evictions by the end of next month. But after only a year, their funding could be pulled.
The $580,000 completely funds our tenant eviction programs. So if we lose this funding, we lose the tenant eviction program.
Graham said as much during a budget hearing earlier this week.
The cost for us to help one person avoid eviction is $396 per person, not per hour. Compare that to the $1,832 for the cost of a basic shelter bed with no support services.
Chair Jessica Vega Peterson responding to the proposed cuts by stating, in part, there is a likely and real chance that the eviction prevention legal services will receive additional resources in the budget we adopt in June. She went on to say, with significant decreases in emergency rent assistance, we will need to move to preventing evictions before the court process as much as possible.
Over the next 3 weeks, Multnomah County commissioners will be hearing from the community on proposed reductions. A vote on the final budget is set for June 12th. The county is also thinking about cutting a downtown Portland program that helps get people off the streets. The program is the Old Town In Reach program. It's a group of about 8 peer support specialists who've experienced homelessness and addiction themselves. They connect with people with treatment and other services, from assisting with necessary documents to applying for a job or housing. They also help with diffusing situations at day centers and other places people gather.
And in the first 9 months of this year, they intervened in almost 450 incidents that could have resulted in temporary closures or calling 911.
This program is a really quiet force that keeps the peace, and I think it helps people in a really significant way who are really experiencing a lot of trauma, and it helps agencies, and it helps local businesses, and it helps neighborhoods.
Last year, Multnomah County budgeted about $1 million for these services. Again, there's no final decisions yet, so the program could have a chance. Portland city workers have reached a tentative agreement with the city avoiding a strike. The union represents about 800 professional staff members across city government. Thursday, they voted overwhelmingly to authorize a strike that would have started next month. But after 11 hours of mediation, the union and the city reached an agreement calling off the strike. Details of the agreement have not yet been released. The FBI says it was able to help Portland recover nearly $7 million stolen from the city in a scam. Investigators say the scammer posed as an employee of a company contracted by the city and rerouted a large payment to a fraudulent bank account. It happened in February and the city reported it in March. In April, the FBI says it seized the money that was still in the fraudulent account. Portland police are cracking down on drug users and dealers in the city. Friday, officers focused on the Goose Hollow neighborhood and areas around 405 in Southwest Portland. As John Adams found out, businesses in the area are welcoming the increased attention.
On the east side of Providence Park, employees at the Express Market convenience store see the evidence of Portland's drug crisis daily.
We get some theft every day, every single day. And it's not just theft, it's also violent.
Portland police are looking to stop that from happening. Friday was the final day of a week-long mission addressing drug activity across the city, with Oregon State Police joining the efforts on day 5.
Today, with the assistance of the Oregon State Police, which is really a force multiplier, we're going to go out and solve problems in this area.
We saw police making arrests outside a Plaid Pantry store on Southwest Jefferson. Commander Brian Hughes tells us the first 4 days of the mission led to 58 people being referred to the city's deflection program. 56 other people have been arrested on outstanding warrants, a welcome sign for local businesses.
We just want a nice, clean city where people come buy stuff, and there's no screaming, no yelling, no threatening of violence.
One of the individuals I spoke with told me their eventual dream for the neighborhood is that more businesses move in after drug activity is cleaned up. In Goose Hollow, John Adams, KGW News.
A Milwaukee bird watcher may have captured a potential wildlife crime on video. Ed, who asked KGW not to use his last name, is a regular bird watcher at River Villa Park in Milwaukee. He says on Wednesday he saw a man approach an osprey nest above a train bridge and remove what appeared to be an egg. Ed snapped photos of the incident and shared them with KGW, showing the man holding eggs in his hand as he climbs down. Ed says he couldn't believe what he was seeing.
Well, as a birder and as a person who appreciates wildlife and nature, first of all, I can't believe this guy is doing this. And then what for? What is the purpose of taking an egg, an osprey, an egg from there?
Osprey are a protected species under federal law, and removing their eggs without permission is illegal. The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service is now investigating.